Let's get after it. Put my pumpkins away. Making some pumpkin pie earlier. Pumpkin pie. Sure we have everything. Get rid of this broken thing in my inventory. Sheesh. Someone's got pent up pence over there. That's probably my best peanut sheesh I've ever done. That's actually pretty solid. Let's see here. Put that in there. Can I not salvage that? No, where'd it go? No. Alright. Bye. And here we go. We're having at it. Nope. It's dark out. It's time to sleep. Oh. My sister put bear traps all around my bed. I'm sure that's fine. Let's see if I can not hit any of them. Okay. And we'll get after it. Portals. And yeah. Exactly, sibling love. This entire chunk right here is traced out to the shoreline on the map at the bottom left. So we need to turn that entire thing into ocean. So, yeah. And then that'll become Port Sarim. But first, alas, it all needs dug up. Okay, I could go for a little... What do we want? Yeah, it's called Falador, and basically the surrounding area. So this is the little mini map down here. Let me see if I can make this bigger real quick. That way it'll make it clearer. This entire section of the map is the southern part below Falador. It's a whole Port Sarim here, and then there's a little Remington town here, and then we also have the actual city. So this is the Falador city with the castle and the mining guild and the little town, and then right below it is a little farm house and everything, and then a little crafting guild. And I basically put a 2 pixel wide grid over these maps so that I could turn every color on the map into a block. And so I am going to essentially be tracing and placing every single color block on this to replicate the Remington, Port Sarim, Falador, the farm, and everything else in the area. So I'm going to slowly trace this out, but do it inside of the game here. Yeah, so I'm slowly tracing out here, block by block, the actual shore of what Port Sarim is. You can actually see these brown spots are the docks here. You can actually see like this larger dock at this bottom part. It's probably hard to see with the grid on the screen, but that is essentially going to go right here. There's going to be a dock up here. All of this is going to interconnect. There'll be boats in here. This whole thing, like I said, will become ocean. Unfortunately, Hytale doesn't have a very good way of spreading water as of yet, so all of the water blocks on this are going to have to place block by block, and then we'll have to do it layer by layer. But once the actual ocean part is done, we're probably going to build the actual town around Port Sarim here, and then wonderful. Unpin. I hate. Oh, this is how I do it. I laxed my bot a little bit, and it did not handle itself. For some reason, I can't just click on this and remove it. That's unfortunate. Let's try it like this. Oh, good. Okay. The bot is gone, I suppose. That works. But yeah, so I'll have to level off this area once we get this. So, like, this entire thing is going to have to go basically that low. And then all of that will become water. And then we're going to balance that water out. We're going to have to balance it a little bit. It'll probably be 2 or 3 blocks off the water. That'll balance with the buildings for Port Sarim here and the path. And then I think that's going to be the lowest point. I think Remington is going to be built over here. And then Falador is going to be built over here. And that entire section, I'm probably going to put up on a larger plateau that is higher up than Port Sarim. So that, like, the 3D visual actually looks proper. And then the Remington town over here is actually going to have, like, a cliffside area. So that it looks like the town's actually, like, overlooking the ocean rather than, like, sitting down next to it. So we'll see how it goes. I just have to dig out this literal entire area first before we can actually start building the actual town. But we'll get to that. We'll dig all of this out, and then I'll have to make a portal because you can only do 1 bucket at a time. Like, you can't build an infinite water source like you can in Minecraft. You just have to go 1 bucket at a time, and I'm gonna have to empty out an entire ocean probably of area. How many trees do I estimate we chopped? Well, from the tree farm, a lot, and I believe all of the trees in this entire area have to go. There used to be a lot more. There's a lot of remnants of previous trees here, so there used to be quite a few more, and those trees already got axed. Pun intended. Alright. Gotta get after it at this point. If I could make trees to the point that I could infinitely chop the same tree down over and over again, I would. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. Alright. Let's start squaring this away. I think I'm going to start with, I guess, all of the higher portions, and then I'm going to slowly dig down. I guess I can move this a bit as well. I need to move the portal somewhere, actually. What is this called? Just Falador? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that either. I think when Hytale first released, you could get stuck in a teleport loop if you didn't fully go through it all the way. I believe they fixed that by adding a delay from when you can go back through the portal. I am going to put it maybe over here. I'm just gonna call this Falador 2. And we'll go connect up that other one. Actually, let's connect this up first. This needs to go to... Let's see. Which one is it? Desert, Falador? No. I don't think it's home. It's Portal Hub. That's what it is. There we go. And then this one needs to be adjusted to Falador 2. There we go. That'll work. Then we don't have to worry about that or the bed that was there. That's absolutely perfect. Let's see here. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna bring up the other map while we were sitting here to give a perspective on what it's supposed to look like once it's hopefully finished, aside from all of the icons. I also want to see if I can find a way, because RuneScape puts special trees everywhere, Hytale might have special tree options to actually put maybe a special tree where some of the bigger trees might be. I think there's yew trees right south of Falador that it would be nice to find a similar tree in those areas to put that in there. Let's see here. I'm really looking forward to that little mining area in the middle there. I actually basically started out my entire RuneScape journey outside of the tutorial in that specific tiny mining area. Spent a long time there because I early on figured out that I could mine stuff there and just put it right in the bank in Falador. So it was an area I was familiar with and I was safe in, so I just kept running mining runs one after the other over and over again. I think there also is already, I could be wrong, I think there also is already a RuneScape server in Hytale where they're starting to do and mod things in a way that it's similar. I know they have Minecraft related servers as well, but I think they also now have Hytale servers for RuneScape. Which is good. I haven't personally been on one because I'm not sure it could give me the exact same itch that I'm looking for, but it would definitely be interesting to just try out. We also need bigger backpacks. I'm sure that's the thing that they already planned for, but these bags are not very big. Looking at the sizes of everything and how it lines up, it almost looks like they were planning for an option size of backpack that would be the size of your inventory almost, because it looks like they get another 2 or 3 rows out of it. We'll see. We'll see how it ends up. I think we're expecting update 5 soon. I'm not sure where it is in the log because I feel like they keep adding things to it, but we should be expecting update 5 shortly. I can actually look real quick to see where they are with the update. Let's see here. I believe they've just been updating the same thing over and over again. I think they're adding a lot of the core back-end features into the game with it. I think that's why it's taking so long. I think they're trying to cement a lot of the aspects of what they had already wanted to be in the game, and finally just throw it all in at once, and then they probably just have to worry about the game itself after that. Like once the mini game add in and the server browser and everything, the voice proxy voice chat and everything. Once all of that is in, they should have a much easier time pushing out like just basic game content updates, balances, and everything else. Where is my touch? For some reason, this thing is fighting me. Oh wait, it's possible it's just really low for some reason? Oh, it is very low. Holy cow. I was like, why aren't these things working? That's why. They'll do it. They reset themselves for some reason. There we go. There we go. Wish there was like a Minecraft statistics or a Hytale statistics mod similar to on Minecraft. You can like track every single like dirt block you harvest and everything to see how many after the project will we actually harvest. That would be super cool to look at. I feel like I've never done a project on Minecraft that's going to be super detailed to this point. I've never felt like that Minecraft had the carryover for things like buildings that would make me want to do that. Let's see. I think at this point, when it comes to Twitch, we're gonna kind of have to let the project speak for itself. It seems like it's gonna become the most interesting portion of it as it progresses. I don't think we're gonna get a lot of interest in people just sitting here watching me just mine a massive area perpetually. I mean, I guess some people that are maybe trying to sleep could be into that, but my guess is most people would not be. I also was thinking about, I originally set up my schedule to only stream during the weekdays, but I kind of get started later on in the week, so I was considering maybe streaming over the weekend as well, but I don't know. I wish the in-game map updated it faster. I wonder why it takes so long to update the mini-map. I wonder if that's something that the server handles, and that's why it takes a little bit longer. I feel like if it was client side, it would update immediately. I'm at the very least attempting to build Falador, Port Sarim, and Remington together. At the very least. I haven't committed to everything else. Falador is a little bit of... I personally love Falador of all of the areas in RuneScape, so I'm at least starting there. It's taken me a long time. Yeah, I feel it. But we are, we're making progress. We've got the Port Sarim coastline here. Don't look. I, I don't. I don't want to look at the Wild Tail project. It'll probably make me worry that I'm not doing enough for RuneScape. I'm worried that I guess I shouldn't be worried. I know what they're doing. I know. I haven't seen it, but I can predict at the level. I'm super interested to see what people come up with Hytale. I was just explaining a little bit earlier that I feel like Minecraft was so hard to produce large builds with decent buildings. Oh yeah. A lot of times, especially if you use creative tools, you can knock out the landscape of a game, I feel like, pretty quickly. I'm trying to read your name and pronounce it. Is it Dargerly Danaka? Is that? That makes sense. So are they going to be trying to, like, I guess it's possible they already did, but are they going to be trying to push into the World Gen using the World Gen 2? Oh. Tanaka. I feel like Tanaka is one of the names from... I feel like it might be one of the names of one of the kids on The Last Samurai? Maybe? Okay. Alright. That's fair. Do you know when they're planning on releasing the World Gen version 2? I haven't heard them talk a ton about it. I know they're working on it in the back end, and I also know it's a really big project. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Alright. I wasn't quite sure either. I know they have definitely people in the background working on it. I'm just not sure. That music gets me every time. Most players are also waiting on the word. Okay, that makes sense. I am somewhat nervous that I'm going to finish building this, and then at some point I'm gonna have to figure out how to, I guess, cut and paste it maybe into a newly generated world gen. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to potentially do it. I'm hoping that their built-in tools will just let me copy and paste the build over, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, that is so satisfying to hear. I swear I've fought so much with Minecraft over the years just to get everything happy through all of the updates. It's so nice to hear that the stuff's just going to be, like, natively functional. I'm so excited for it. Are you a big fan of RuneScape? Yeah, I haven't. I still run a family server of Minecraft, and I have not been on it since Hytale released. I just haven't. There's been no need whatsoever. Never liked RuneScape either, huh? That's fair. That's fair. Ugh. Well, I don't know if you can see from the little mini map on the screen there. That's essentially what we're trying to reproduce there. We only have that bottom right hand corner at the moment. Unfortunately, I feel like I never played World of Warcraft when it was fun, if that makes sense. I never got into it when it really hit for everybody, and I tried to get into it after the fact, and it did not stick. I actually have played... It's probably not a good method to get into World of Warcraft, but... I will give you a few seconds here. I do see ads are playing over there. Just let me know when you're back, if you can even hear me. We'll find out in a second. Oh, jeez. Where are we at? Oh, that needs to go. Jeez, I can't believe I put it all the way over here. Okay, all right. I waited here. I did see that the ads popped up. I just wasn't sure how long you were gonna be trapped in them. But I did actually try WoW Classic, and it probably wasn't a good idea for me. But I did hop into hardcore immediately. Like, I played no other WoW and just figured that I could just kill it on hardcore, because why not? I did try it with one friend, but I will say that neither of us were World of Warcrafters, and I was very much trying to play it like I would farm in RuneScape, and it didn't feel like those two were compatible to me. It probably is the reason that I ended up getting killed and losing my hardcore. Yeah. That's I realized that after I tried to I don't even remember what the quest was called. I did use some add-ons. I think I used some... Trying to remember. I did add some add-ons because the launcher made it really easy to add them. I'm trying to remember which ones I did. I think there was one in there for us to, like, track aggro. To, like, see who monsters were focusing on. I know there's a different word for that. I just can't remember what it's called. Yeah. I very much realized that it wasn't RuneScape. Yeah, the threat level. I installed some stuff related to the threat level so I could get an understanding. But there was like an area I went into for a quest, and it I don't even know what the variation would be. Essentially, I shouldn't have went into this area. Like, I went into a cave that I was capable of 1v1ing the monsters, but I didn't think about the fact that at some point by the time I was in the cave, they will start respawning, and then I have to fight like 4 or 5 of them. I didn't process that could happen, and I kind of got a little trapped. Berries. Watch out for that bot there. I don't think they can be trusted. They do some sketchy things. So how long, Tanaka, have you been playing World of Warcraft? Is this something you did as a child, or was it something like newer that you just dove into? Listen, you could always test it out and see what happens. Maybe it'll double your money. I don't know. TBC X Pack. I hate to say it, but you might have to spell that out for me. I don't know. I don't know what the TBC X pack is, unfortunately. Oh, I have to make a new pickaxe. What in the world? My portal just stopped portaling for whatever reason. Okay. 2007, dude. That brings me back. I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness. When did I start playing RuneScape? I feel like those were similar times. Wow. I'm trying to remember. ...2007 was such a good year, though. Sorry, not sorry. Listen. I don't take offense when people talk about RuneScape. I know that my addiction to RuneScape is not always healthy or coherent, but boy, do I feel it in my veins. Probably similar to your joy of World of Warcraft. I can't say that I fully understand all of the joy of World of Warcraft, but I bet it gets you going. It's well, joy, that's fair. Did you ever hear like a World of Warcraft song from one of the locations in the World of Warcraft and just think, ah, I'm right back there. I'm gonna sound very amateur at this. Is the classic WoW world different than the original? Like, did they make modifications? I was under the impression that classic WoW was just the original world. 20 feet, yeah. Well, that's fair. I also, for what it's worth, I also could have... I thought that the Warcraft world was the same. I thought every game release was just like an add-on to that world. But was it just like different time periods or something, or different like, because it is called the World of Warcraft, so you'd think that Warcraft has one world almost. Interesting. Okay. That's probably very similar to old school RuneScape and OSRS. I'm sorry, not OSRS. RuneScape 3. Old school RuneScape and RuneScape 3 have the same worlds, but like there's a bit of differences. So okay. In the lore of even going to, say, the Warcraft RTS games, is there an overarching theme that there is, like, one World of Warcraft world? Or is there a theme that it is a similar thing to, and I barely know Warhammer either, but is it a similar thing to Warhammer where it's like, oh, well, there's like lots of different variations of worlds and factions and stuff? Or like, I guess StarCraft would be similar, where it has different factions that technically come from different worlds. Okay, alright. I'm following. See, that's what I thought. In the back of my head, I was like, I'm pretty sure, you know, StarCraft is attached to a similar thing, but that's not the kind of thing you say out loud unless you're sure. Ugh. RuneScape songs. I did play, for what it's worth, I did play a lot of StarCraft. An excessive amount. Of the original StarCraft and StarCraft Root War. I also might have the Nintendo 64 game. I don't remember. Listen, if you want, there is a command to buy a girlfriend. And thinking back, I was pretty young when I was on RuneScape, so like, anything's possible. My Twitch name came from the fact that I needed to make a username for RuneScape, and I happened to be 11 years old. So this was the original username of RuneScape. I mean, if you want to, yes, that is exactly why it's missed. But I kid you not, I tell this story to everybody. I was sitting next to one of my friends. We were both sitting at our own computer in like a LAN party style configuration. I kid you not, I'm sitting in the chair. I could not remember how to spell assassin, and he was like a year or two older than me. I looked over at him and I was like, "Hey, bud, like, look at this. Is this how you spell assassin?" And he nodded his head. He was like, "Yep, absolutely. Yep, that's exactly how you spell it." And I'm like, "Cool, great. I got it right then." Nope, that is not how you spell it, it turns out. Positive note, though, starting out with that as a gamer tag means that nobody else ever uses it in any of the video games I want to play because nobody wants to misspell assassin. So, good things and bad things. Ugh, this is taking forever. We're making progress, though. Let's see here. Oh, also, I was gonna show you. You can, in chat, attempt to buy a girlfriend. It's one of the many perks of playing RuneScape and watching RuneScape related streams. Uh-oh. I feel like we might have gotten hit. No, it's not ad time yet. It's about to be, though. Let's see here. Let's see, what are we working on? Just mining away. Making my way downtown, walking fast. I'm homebound. I'm hoping we're gonna have enough chalk and everything chalk marble, and I've noticed that we started mining white clay. I haven't really found white clay anywhere else, but for some reason this area getting plenty of white clay. I believe the Falador Castle is a variation of white. I believe it's closer to like a white more than like a castle gray, if I remember correctly, but probably gonna have to log back on at some point and confirm that. Whoop. Now we got some ads. Ads are coming. I see you over there. I see you over there running by. Were you able to remove that, the mountain that was over there, or are you still working on it? Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I don't know if you can hear that because the ads might have gotten you, but if I have to repeat it, I'm happy to. I'm free of ads. Good, good, good. I was wondering. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I don't have a Discord as of yet. So a little bit of very quick summary of the background. I streamed for a while ago, probably 5 or so years ago, and I haven't streamed since after I got COVID. So I'm just back to, as of this week, starting to stream again. And I figured this RuneScape project would be a good starter point for it. But listen, if there's ever enough interest, I'm all for it. Is it a link or like an image? That may or may not be a RuneScape. That's fair. Okay, okay. I actually have a Discord user. I don't have a Discord server set up at the moment, though. Apparently, Discord just felt like vanishing, you know? Standard things. Alright. Let me just make sure I get the right thing here. It looks like I have the same exact username on Discord as well, but I know they have like a number system. So that doesn't always work. Okay, yeah. I am just going to... Did they take the number system away? Sheesh. I was wondering because it has the option to copy the actual username. Well, there you go then. My username's the exact same thing then. Alright. Let's put some of this away. Roger, let me check. I may have gotten a request from Tanaka. Got it. Request accepted. Let's see here. Alright, what do we got here? There you go. Oh, this is interesting. Is this the original? without 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 there being any markings on the map, just the actual geography of this, I can basically point out all of the areas. Not as much members areas, but definitely the free areas. I can definitely point out where all of the individual towns are. Because there's... Hold on. Let me see if I can bring this up. So, you can actually see, based on these, like, geographic features here, that this is the river right next to Lumbridge here. You have the desert over here. Varrock should be up here. You should have like the barbarian village. You should be looking at like uh, Draenor down here. You should be looking at Falador about here. Catherby should be up here-ish. Yeah, Catherby should be up here-ish, I believe. And then, what is this? I don't remember what some of these are called. But you should have like an Edgeville up here. The wilderness should start right here. This should be, what is it, Kajaram? The jungle area? Oh, I didn't realize it wasn't as obvious on screen. Hold on. Yeah. Falador, Lumbridge, Varrock, Catherby area, jungle, desert. Standard stuff. Whoever did this is doing a great job, though. All right, where were we? Which add-on? What you mean? Oh, you mean like a you mean like a mod in Hytale? Yeah. Yep, I can literally see the outline of I believe that's the castle for Falador on there. Yeah. Absolutely. I definitely figured there would be options for me to kind of force my way into like kind of either using creative tools like an add-on or a mod to assist in a lot of this. But I also kind of wanted to hand sculpt it a little bit. Oh yeah, RuneScape has been very open to community interactive stuff, so they're generally pretty content with giving people access to just about everything. I'm gonna throw this away because I don't want it. Petals and ash logs. Put that in there for now. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be mapping it out is going to be a one-for-one situation with blocks, but I'm actually gonna, I think, play with the heights on stuff a little bit so that it probably, a bunch of the height terrain's not gonna match up one for one, just because I feel like in a better designed, like top-down 2D world, that you would be able to have a more hilly area in RuneScape than they really have. I gotta make sure all the blocks over here were actually fully picked up. Okay, yeah, they absolutely were. I also did look at this. I think, I don't remember if it was today or yesterday. I did look into this little peninsula area. And then I was right about the trap door that's down here. I also was right in remembering that there's a little ice cave underneath of it. What I didn't remember is that it apparently has its own like large hill that's just here. So it's just like a hill in the middle of nowhere with a giant, not a giant, but a trap door in the middle of the hill up there. So that's interesting. So we'll have to do that. I also noticed right next to it up here is a church that I had forgotten was there. The church is also on its own little hill with a little it's called a little graveyard right next to it. So that'll be interesting once we get that fully added. I believe, yeah, the church is right there, and then the little trap door. So I just took a quick peruse around Port Sarim earlier so I could get a better understanding of what it's supposed to be looking like. Do you know, Tanaka, do they have a release date for update 5 of Hytale as of yet? I haven't seen them announce anything for it, and I just continually keep seeing them add features to it. That's what I'm hoping for. I've noticed a bunch of the people making mods have somewhat held off a little bit until they release another stable uh, version, because I guess they're having issues trying to keep up with all of the quick updates that they're working on. I'm really excited for... Yeah, they're changing a lot of, like, back-end style stuff. Which I think they announced that ahead of time as well, that a lot of stuff would be breaking for them to create a better foundation for them to be able to make updates go easier in the future. I believe this one was supposed to be a really technically heavy update. But I am very excited for their games add-in. They're like mini games add-in, and then I'm really excited to see how much further they push the implementation of the teleporters, because they built the client-server teleporters into the whole game from the core, and I am really curious to see how that turns out. I am excited beyond belief. I feel like we've almost gotten to the point of, like, flattening this to, like, one cohesive layer. We've been already mining this for, like, 2.5 hours, and it does not feel like 2.5 hours has passed at all. But it's also kind of sad to realize that 2.5 hours has not even been one steady layer of this. That's unfortunate. Aren't they also... I think they're actually also adding goblins into the next update. Just regular goblins. So are the little creatures that, like, you find in the caves and stuff with, like, the lanterns and the bombs, are those considered goblins? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I do want to see them expand that out a little bit, see what they can do with it. Yeah. It would be kind of cool to find some like goblin camps and maybe some like goblin bosses. It would be super cool to see something like that. I know they already have the existing guys that you can find in their own camps, but I don't know. I feel like that's another thing Hytale has done. You're about to get hit with ads. You're about to get got. I think I'm starting to get familiar with how the ads work. They're only supposed to play for you every 24 minutes, so maybe the last time you got them late, so maybe you won't get them immediately this time? It's supposed to be, I believe it's a total of 3 minutes of ads per hour. Yeah, it's only supposed to be 3 minutes total, so what would that be? It's supposed to be in 30-second increments, I guess every, what, 15 minutes? Because you have to have a minimum of, what is it? Hold on. I'm gonna look at it here. You have to have a minimum, I think, of 3 minutes per hour's worth of ads for them to not show pre-roll ads. Yeah. I believe that's what mine is set to. Yep. Mine is set to 3. It's possible that Twitch just doesn't like you, but I don't know. Who's to say? I'm not an expert. I have a timer on the stream here, and I believe it counts down every 25 minutes. Let's see. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Have to go make more repair kits, unfortunately. I think we're slowly running out of iron. I'm gonna have to go on an iron run one of these days to try and find a whole bunch of it. We're gonna have to pick a day, I guess, to stop working on this and go on an actual adventure to reacquire some of the stuff. I've just been burning through it. We do need hide. We need light hide, but we can harvest those off of rats from the caves. The other things, we also noticed that some of the animals we've just been walking by through the forest, a lot of them drop light hide as well. So like the rabbits and like some of the deer, I think all of the deer actually, the elk and everything, I think all of those drop light hide. I think we've been leaving a lot of the animals alone for a while, and we have to go back to, unfortunately, harvesting their hide. Bah. As for the sheep, I don't know, and I haven't tested this. You can get sheep to follow you, I believe, with cabbage. I don't know if you can guide the sheep through the portal, though. So I'm not sure if we could get them over there to the actual sheep pen. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we should get more of them. But yeah, you can actually get them to follow you using cabbage. Perfect. Yeah, if we could just, I keep blocks next to the pens of the animals so that when I guide some of them over, that we can just guide them straight over the blocks of the fence. Yeah, that was right. Nice, nice. It's already 2 a.m. That's crazy. Well, there you are. You must have finished up in the other area. Do. Alright, let me go empty my inventory once again, and we'll keep going. I didn't expect to fill up that fast. I feel like I was just emptying my inventory. Some ash logs. Put those in the chest over here. Nope, not that one. There we go. I should go check on the pumpkins real quick. I really need to get those growing. Where do I put shrooms? We can put them in the farm chest for now. Let's see here. No? Oh, that's where they're going for now. Alright. Pumpkins. Nice, nice. I feel like those redwoods are the only good trees to really grow enough of the farm. They're the only ones that seem to actually grow. Not sure why that is, but that is where we are. Alright, where are we at? Let me turn this music off, and I'm gonna play some chill beats. What? What's going on here? What do you think you're doing? All right. We got some vibes going, so we should be able to get a whole bunch of stuff mined here all of a sudden. Turn this up a little bit. Oh, I forgot to make repair kits. Nobody reminded me. How was I to know? They said it couldn't be done, but it can be done. Oh wow, I didn't realize we were that desperate. All right, guess we're going through some premature adventuring. I didn't realize we were that close. Earlier, I had gathered a whole bunch of leather with Kayla, so I figured we would have a bunch of them. The other thing we need is iron. No, we don't need a ton of iron yet. We do still have a lot of it. We can make like 200 repair kits before we need more. Oh, Kayla probably did it then. Classic Kayla. Tell me. Nice. Alright. Maybe I can find an answer. Okay. So I think the sands might be the best place. Well, okay, the sands are the best place for iron. The sands are not the best place for leather. We might just need to run through the forests and see if we can murder animals. What time is it? Is it about to be dark? I believe it is. There might be some animals in the area. There's always like rabbits around here that always try and go for my crops. The rabbits are going for my crops. Gil also murdered some animals earlier, so a bunch of them might have respawned. So foxes do not drop any leather. This thing does, though. I think that was an elk. Yeah, so I think elks or deer, whatever that is, drop 2. There's a bear over there. Yeah, the crops. They always go after the crops. I think this is a spider. Yep, that was a spider. The cabbage is in the storage room. It seems like it's bedtime. Mm-mm. Ugh. Woohoo. Woohoo. There's like no animals out here. there are monsters there that spawn that I can't stop from spawning. You didn't happen to fall into the spike pit, did you? Well, if you're ever thinking about going that route again, I would advise not to jump into the spike pit. But that's just one man's thoughts. One man. Listen, you don't have to come after me. I'm purely giving helpful advice over here, alright? I'm here to assist. There is no need to lash out on me. And I am struggling to find a whole lot of anything. I think these guys look dope. Oh, there's Bear. He's a runner. Speaking of sheeps. You should murder him. Oh, geez. I have an idea. I got one. I got two. This may take a little while. Oh, sure. Just gotta put it in your, put it in your hands. Nice, nice. Alright. I'm hoping with all of those animals gone that everything will start respawning. I don't know that you mind, but you're leaving the baby. The babies are very hard to keep up. They seem to go a little slower. I don't know why the babies do that, but they do it. Let's see here. Is there anything else around here? No. There's a bear. Two. Oh. Is that a bear? That's a cow. I'm trying to fan out in the whole area here while you're guiding them. Ooh, hi, wolf. Not sure where the other wolf is. Oh, he's up there. Perfect. Let's see here. There's a spider. Cool, cool. Just about murdering everything out here. There's another cow over there. Decrease the surplus population. I always thought a surplus population was a good thing. In the old Victorian, no, you lost a whole sheep. Where? How did you lose? How did you lose the sheep? Yeah, that's why I was asking. I showed up and there was only one. You were like, "Oh, I lost one sheep." I was like, "There's only the baby." There is a fox right here. I think the fox ate the sheep right behind you. It's because he was in these bushes. You must have walked through, and your sheep were just getting picked off one by one, like a raptor. I don't see sheep here. I don't know. I also would have assumed he would have made them drop their stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, I assume it would make some kind of noise. I assume you would hear a wolf or the fox attacking them. Unless there's like a random like hole somewhere that they fell in and they're just in a cave right now. I guess it's possible that the game had a weird despawning thing or something. It wouldn't be the craziest thing I ever heard of with a Java game. Them like having despawning issues. Bye bye sheep. The sheep we once kneweth. We didn't even have enough time to name them. They were taken from us so young. Oh, there's 3 rabbits over here. I wonder why they opted for giant rabbits over just regular sized rabbits. Is that Rotini and Ziti? Gone but not forgotten. Bodhi? Bow tie. I thought the whole point was supposed to bring back happy, healthy, big sheeps, not little sheeps. Where'd he go? Lost him. Apparently you can tame those big ones. I'm just not sure what they do. I don't know if they like produce milk or what. Some of them you can. I don't know about all of them. I believe some you can capture. Great. It's possible that we should make sure that we tame them before we like drag them back over here. That way we make sure that I guess it like cues the server to make sure it keeps them. Unless you already tried that and it still didn't even care. Well, I mean, you just hold it and you highlight over them, and it gives you the option to hit F to feed them to tame. And then once you feed them one, they become tame. The tamest they've ever been. Smear them. I would have to get the smears in order to smear them. I think on Twitch after like 2, I feel like most of Twitch just kind of, at least in our area, like drops off. Gotta smear them. Apparently I have a lot of meat on me. After all of the murdering. In the arms of the angels, fly away from here. Pour some out for the bullies. Alright, we have some leather. I don't want to consider it a lot, but we have some leather. Somebody just went through the portal. Who am I gonna tell? There's nobody to tell. Oh. Do you know what we use copper for? Making candles, apparently. We need copper to make candles so that we can make lanterns. So copper is still very useful for us to stock up. I assume we've been smelting all of it. Finally, got enough to repair my pickaxe. We'll just have to keep an eye out for animals and just start actually killing them. Once we continue our journey to just killing some of the animals as we see them, we should not run out of a stock of light armor. It should just become a second nature thing, and then we should be able to generate plenty of stock of it. The boys. The boys. How do you know that there's a mod for explosives? Were you looking up explosives? Sounds like you were going out of your way looking for explosives. It kind of fascinates me that there could be a skeleton patrol guy with a torch way off in the distance, and I can still faintly see his glow all the way out there. Ah, jeez. I think I am going to wrap all of this up. Thank you so much for anybody who showed up, came, stayed, hung out. If anyone's still here, I really appreciate it.